Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Irene. In today's video, I am filming a kind of get ready with me quick new mom makeup tutorial. It's basically what I'm wearing on my face right now. So if you're interested to see a 10-minute or less makeup tutorial on what I do every day with a baby, then let's get straight into it. Starting off with a clean, fresh face, I've washed my face, I have my skincare on, so for your information, if you're interested, I'm just gonna quickly show you what I have on my face. I have the Beauty of Joseon, I don't know how you say the name. This is the Glow Deep Serum, and then I have the Beauty of Joseon, the eye serum, Revive Eye Serum, and then the Juno Antioxidant Superfood Face Oil, just a couple drops of this. This one's actually safe to use while you're pregnant and you're breastfeeding, from what I remember researching. And I have the Ultra Repair Cream from First Aid Beauty as like my moisturizer. For sunscreen, I have my Bioré UV Aqua Rich, which is my favorite sunscreen. And for me, I have to get ready so that I feel like myself. If I don't get ready during the day, I don't feel like myself. I don't feel like a productive person. Even though I may be home all day and with the baby, it doesn't matter. I still need to do something to my face. For my base, I either use the Chanel Le Beige's Water Fresh tint. I also got the Le Beige's Water Fresh Complexion Touch. This is the newer launch of their stuff. This is like this, but like 3 times more coverage. So a lot of people complain that this is not enough coverage because this is literally a water tint. This one is more like a proper skin tint, but even then the coverage is very, very, very natural. On days where I'm going super duper natural, I will use this, but for today's purposes and just for it to show up a little bit better on camera, I'm gonna use the Le Beige's Water Fresh Complexion Touch. Sorry, it's such a long name. For your reference, I do use the shade Medium Plus in the Water Fresh tint. For the Water Fresh Complexion Touch, I use B30. Before I do this, actually, I like to use the Saie Super Glowy Glowy Super Gel, whatever, in the color Starlight, just to give it a little extra glow sometimes. So I do 2 pumps of this in my hands. And this is all done quite quickly. Like, I can get this done probably 10 minutes, not even. Baby can be playing on her play mat or just laying in her crib and looking at that spinny toy. What's that thing called that has music and it's on the crib? Oh, what's the name of that? I'm having a blank moment right now. But anyways, I can leave her there for 10 minutes and get this done, and then we can go downstairs and do whatever. So once I've gone in with the Saie Super Glowy Gel, I will go in with my Complexion Touch from Chanel in the shade B30. I like to shake it up a little bit. And I do 1 pump sometimes. If I want to, I do 2 pumps at most. So I do 2 pumps. It comes with a little brush. I don't use it. I just literally put it in my hands, mix it up, and I go right in. Now, I'm doing this without a mirror. Maybe I should have brought a mirror over here. Oh my God. I'm gonna have to like go grab a mirror. Just rubbing it all in, and you can see it's very glowy, very natural. It's not a foundation by any means. Like, look at that glow. I have so much glow going on right now. I'm gonna pause for a second. I need to go grab myself a mirror so I can actually see what I'm doing for the smaller things. Give me a minute. Oh my God. Okay, now that I have my mirror in front of me, I can actually see what I'm doing. From what I can see, this is pretty much well blended in. You can still see some redness around my nose. I don't know if you can tell, the lighting is very misleading, guys. There's definitely some redness around my nose. Regardless, my base is kind of on. Sometimes I will choose to put on some extra concealer under my eyes because, you know, new mom life, you don't get sleep. If I do that, it is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. Do I even want to do this today? No, I'm gonna show you guys, like, honestly, what I do most days, which is no concealer. I'm going to do my cheeks. So for blush, I have a couple of options that I like to run to usually. 3 options. I love all 3 of these. So I have Patrick Ta, the, what is this called? Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in the shade She's So LA, which is like a bronzy color. It could be a bronzer and a blusher. Or I have Merit's Cream Blush in the shade Beverly Hills. And the last one that I always run to as well is Nude Stick in the shade Nude Peach. So between these 3, so it looks like this. It's a peachier color. This one's got a little bit more rosy, and this one's like more like bronze, very natural looking. Between these 3, I have powder cream options. I'm gonna go in with a cream blush, obviously. Let's just go in with the Beverly Hills Merit Beauty Blush. Merit Beauty Blush, it's just the Merit blush. I go directly in sometimes, and then I will take like a blending, I don't know what it is, blending brush, a stippling brush. I think this might be a foundation brush actually. It's a very dense brush, flat dense brush, and I just blend it out, and it's so glowy. Now sometimes for me this is like too glowy, where to the point where I feel like I look greasy, and with long hair and baby and everything, I just don't like feeling like my hair sticking to my face. So I do like to use like a setting powder, especially like underneath my eyes, but I'll do that afterwards. Next step, I like to use either the MakeupByMario Softsculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer, which is like a cream bronzer, or the Patrick Ta bronzer, cream contour and powder bronzer duo. So this one is in the shade She's Bronzed. It has a cream and a powder, which is really nice. If I don't use this cream, I use this cream product, and this one's in the shade Medium. Honestly, very similar. I don't know. They look very, very similar. And then I just use this one to set it. So regardless of which cream I use, I always use this powder at the end to kind of set it down. I'm just going to go in with the MakeupByMario one today. Dip this, and I'm using the Patrick Ta brush that he designed specifically for his bronzer duos, and I do a little bit on the cheeks just to give it a little bit of color. I don't know if you can tell the difference between the two sides, but I'm just going to do this very quickly. It really just takes like 30 seconds to do this, and I don't do a whole lot, just to give my skin a little bit of color and some dimension so it's not so washed out. That's literally it. And then I'll go in with my powder. Any powder bronzer would work, any powder, just to set it down and so your hair doesn't stick to the bronzer, because I hate that. That's the thing with cream makeup, I find though. Like, cream makeup is beautiful and it's all the rage. A lot of times I feel like every summer it comes back into, you know, rotation as like the trendy thing to do, but I don't know how people can just use cream products on their face and not set it down. It looks beautiful, but your hair just sticks to it. I don't know. I have to set something down. So after I've done that, I sometimes like to go back in with my blush. Like, it's very, very glowy. It's gorgeous, but again, my hair sticks to my face. So then I take that She's So LA, and I will go back and I will only use the powder to just set that Beverly Hills blush that I had on earlier. So I'll take a brush, dab, and very quickly just do a little thin layer of powder blush over top of that cream, just so first off it lasts way longer, because I find that Merit blush is beautiful, but not necessarily the most long lasting in my opinion. Some people say they have no issues with the lasting power on those blushes. I personally have seen better, so love them, but not always the most long lasting. So then I just set it down with a little bit more blush. This is the She's So LA shade. I don't know if I said that already, who knows. As you can see, still very, very glowy, and like there's more dimension on my face now. Sometimes I even like to add a little bit of that powder blush, just whatever's left over on my brush on my nose to give it some color, you know. There we go. And then, oh, I forgot to do my eyebrows. Eyebrows are very simple for me, honestly. I like to use this is the Sephora retractable brow pencil, the waterproof version, and I have it in the shade Medium Brown. Super, super fine point eyebrow pencil, so good. And it's like a fraction of the price compared to like the Anastasia ones or which Benefit brow ones, like whichever ones you like to use. This one is so cheap, but it's, well, not so cheap, it's more affordable, I would say. I think I got it on sale. Anyways, it's very, very good, let's just say that. And I just quickly run just through. It's mostly the edges of the brow that I touch up, because I did get my brows microbladed years ago, like probably 6 years ago. So they are like decently shaped. I don't have to do too much to it, and I am not one to do all the laminating brows and stuff. It's too much work. So my brows are done. I still look like, you can see I look sweaty, like, let's be real, this looks sweaty. Let's look at my upper lip here, like it looks, no. So what I do is I take my favorite powder. I either use this one or I use the Givenchy, the Prisma, whatever, the 4 color one in that square tub that everyone was raving about. I use that one too, sometimes in the pink color, but I love the Hourglass Mineral Veil, whatever. This one is so finely milled, and I take one of these puffs that everyone uses nowadays. I've just learned this online. It's not like I'm a pro, I don't know what I'm doing. And I will take a bit of this, because this powder is so finely milled. It is So beautiful. It's one of the powders that actually works under my under eyes. My under eyes crease, as I'm sure a lot of us have that problem. But I find this is one of the powders that does the least amount of creasing, and it looks the best under my eyes, honestly. And it provides the perfect amount of mattifying without looking like you've just powdered your entire face in baby powder. And then I'll set it around my nose a little bit to take away some of that shine. And up here just between the brows, just to give it a little bit of staying powder. And you can see it's still glowy in areas of my face, but like you don't look so sweaty now. So once I've powdered my face real quick, I could be done here. But one thing I do like to do right now is I have found, everyone knows that Sofia Richie, or her wedding makeup that everyone is obsessing over, and she used the Essential Balm from Chanel. They're called the Balm Essential, sorry. I have them in 2 shades. I have a transparent, which is literally like transparent. It goes on. It reminds me of the Tom Ford. You see that glisten? It's beautiful. So Tom Ford has those, like the duo, the highlighting and sculpting duo, and the highlighting is very similar to this right here, the transparent shade. And I also have the sculpting shade. The sculpting shade is also very similar. It's just got a little bit more of like a pearlescence to it, but it looks very similar. You can hardly tell the difference, honestly. Either one of these I will take with my fingers just to warm it up, and I will dab some of this on the high points of my face where I want the light to catch a little bit more. And that would be essentially my makeup that I would use on a daily basis. There it is. It's got lots of luminosity. It's got color, very natural still. This is literally what I do every day. If I really wanted to make it stay, I would just use my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, which is my favorite setting spray of all time. So this is what I do basically on an everyday basis right now for my makeup. If I want to amp it up, I add a few things here and there, but really this is the base of it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, remember to give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe down below. It means a great deal to me. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.